Hey guys, you know, every bass fisherman is going to have some plastic worms in his tackle box. But the key is, how do you fish them? How many different ways are there to fish a plastic worm? Well, today, we're going to take a look at some of those. Stick with me. All right, let's start out the old standard, the Texas rig. I do it a little bit different, but it's basically the same thing. Always start out with a bobber stop. Going to put a bobber stop on there first. Next, we're going to put on a bullet weight. Now, this is a pretty small one. That's only about an 1/8 ounce. But there's 1/8 ounce, 1/4 ounce, 3/8, half ounce, all different styles of bullet weights. This one's just an 1/8. A lot of times you come out with a worm hook, but I like the hooks with the keepers. The extra wide gap hook with the keeper, I prefer that over the standard worm hook. That's just my choice. And basically, we're going to take that paddle tail. And in this situation, we're just going to screw the head of it right onto the keeper. The paddle tail, let's make sure we got the paddle pointed down. All right, we want that paddle pointed in the right direction. Going to take that hook, get that straightened out there. Run that hook through, and we're going to bury the tip down inside the worm. So that way when we fish around these lily pads, we aren't hanging up all the time. All right, and in this situation, we're going to take this down, the weight down, and I'm going to bring that bobber stop all the way down to peg that weight. I don't want that weight sliding. I want to keep it right there. All right, let's go find some fish. Got a little bit of a broken up concrete bank here. Then some lily pads, so that's what we're going to start out with. The weight's going to get me down there a little bit. Makes it a little easier to cast it too than just a plain worm, but you can do it. But I want that worm down a little, but in this situation, I don't really want it dragging the bottom. That's not what I'm after here. And I'm just doing a slow, steady retrieve. There we go, right there. Oh man, and we lost him. We had him for a minute. The key is on that Texas rig, you need to set that hook really good, and I don't think I had it set good enough. Got to drive that hook through that worm. Look at that, it's still up in there. So I did not have him enough to drive that hook through. My fault, not the fish's. There, we got him. All right, not real biggie. We'll take him. Got the hook through that one, didn't we? Yeah, right in the top of the mouth where you want him too. All right, fish, I'm gonna get you off quick because I got a good bank here. There we go, guys. Get him off quick. I want to get back out here. The wind's blowing me around. Matter of fact, we're gonna take it around, hit it again. Too good of a bank here to waste it. All right, guys, we're gonna do something different. Something I've never done before. Bob's done this a few times, but I haven't, and that is drop shot. So here's what we got. I take my regular line, and I've got a special drop shot hook. It's got a spot where you can tie on the top, on the bottom. Put a little line down here. We got a drop shot weight. I think that's about a 1/4 ounce. Nice little stick worm, just about 3 or 4 inches long is all we got on here. And I decided to come out to the hump. I figured this is a good spot to use a drop shot. It's a good spot for me to start because I should find some fish here. And then I'll get some confidence in drop shotting and I'll do it some more. So I'm sitting in about 8-9 feet of water, about 13 feet of water on either side of this hump. So let's throw a drop shot, put her down the bottom, let's see what happens. How about that, first time out? Oh, didn't stick with him, no, I didn't keep him. All right, we'll try again. All right, this time let's be a little more prepared, huh? I wasn't quite ready for that. He took that before it made it to the bottom. Talking to you, I turn around and look, and the next thing I know, the line's going sideways. Now we made it to the bottom. There we go. That's a better fish. Oh, thought it was. Felt better. Come here. There we go. All right. With the drop shot. Got my worm, didn't you? Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. If you're used to worm fishing with big hooks, it's a little fun getting little hooks out. I can see that. Gotta kind of get down in there. Can't get my fingers in there. I need to catch fish with a bigger mouth. That's what I need. There we go. All right, with the drop shot. All right, guys, we've done a drop shot. We've done a Texas rig. Now we're gonna try a shaky head. Got a 1/4 ounce shaky head, just a stick worm. Gonna give that a shot for a bit. All right, guys, we're just gonna try to work this rock bank here with the shaky head. Now, another good way to do this, I like to fish a shaky head down deep. I fish it like a jig. I'll go to deep water. I'm gonna let that thing sink down the bottom. And then I'm just gonna kind of hop it back, just like I would if I was fishing a jig. And to me, that's always been a very effective way, I guess you'd say, to fish a shaky head. And it also puts you down in a water column that a lot of people don't fish. You know, I hate to say it, but most people fish probably the top 3 feet of water. They don't get down and fish deep water. And because of that, they miss out on a lot of fish. That's why I like to fish that jig deep. I like to fish this shaky head deep. Get you down there in an area that a lot of people don't fish. All right, guys, got another way to go. Got a worm hook, got a 1/4 ounce weight built into the front. This will be an actual regular worm hook, so we're basically gonna put him on, spin him around, bring him back up to make him weedless. There we go. I don't know if a 10-inch curly tail worm is going to be the best one to work, seeing as how they've been taking so many tails off, but we're going to try it. Just get it right up on those lily pads and just swim it off. Oh man, he took it. Boy, did he take it. 10-inch worm, gone. He was right underneath those lily pads. He came up through it. Got another one of those? I got him. He took it when I hit the wall. I could feel the little nip on him. I could feel a little bit. There we go. Right back in the same place where I just lost the last one. Did you do that, or was that your brother, huh? All right. On that weighted hook. But you know what? I'm greedy. Let's go back and see if there's still something else over there. Let's make another circle. All right. If you watch enough of my videos, you know I love a weighted hook. 1/4 ounce weighted hook, keeper on the front to hold your worm. But this one's got something a little different going for it. This one's got a willow blade. Just something to add a little something else. Just gonna go with the stick worm. We'll just screw that thing onto the keeper on the front. Gonna bring it back in. We're gonna hook it up in here. We're gonna make it weedless because we're gonna use these lily pads. So we don't want to hook in the lily pads. And there we go, got a worm and got a willow blade. I like the gold because we got a lot of bluegill. All right, let's go find some lily pads. Somebody was nibbling at it, but they're just not getting as serious as they should. Getting little bitty bites. I already had a sunfish on, so I'm figuring that's what it is. Oh man, I wish sunfish would get to be about 15, 16 inches long, because they would be a blast to catch. They fight like crazy. There we go, got one. That's not a sunfish. All right. No, that's not a sunfish. We'll let him work his way out here a little bit. Yeah, we'll let you work your way out a little bit. Get it over here where we can get a hold of you. There we go. All right, fish of the day, huh? Woohoo! All right. Get organized here a little bit. Right top of the mouth, right where we want him. Well, there we go, guys. Nice fish. Got him with that willow blade and the worm. I love weighted hooks like that, with or without the willow blade. That's the way I prefer to fish. You know, I'm going to put a measurement on him, just see what I got. All right, he weighed 2 1/4, 16.5 inches long. There we go. All right, let's go see if we can find some more. All right, guys, I performed a little surgery on the weighted hook we just caught that fish on. Took the willow blade off. This is the way I prefer to fish. This is my favorite way to fish a worm, is a weighted hook. It's usually a swim bait hook, about 1/4 ounce. I ran out of swim bait hooks. I had 2 this morning. I don't have many more now. Got them hooked up into something. Anyway, get that around. I got a couple white paddle tail worms I found. I've been through a lot of worms today. So, there we go. 1/4 ounce weighted hook, swim bait hook, paddle tail. Let's go again. I don't know about a white worm, but that's what I got on. We may switch to that later, we'll see. I just happened to see him and I thought, you know, I got 2 of those left. We've been going through a few worms today. Gone through a few hook setups too. Now, while we have the same hook and while we have the same weight, we no longer have the swim blade. So now we're going to fish it more like a worm again. Now we got to let them run. Bounce it off the edge of the lily pads. So I wonder where that 2-pound bass was 3 hours ago when we came by here. We didn't catch him the first time through. Got him the second time through though, didn't we? There we go, got him. All right, there we go. With our weighted hook, weighted swim bait style hook, our white worm. Not as big as the last one, but you know what? Same fit, same rig, we just took the blade off. All right. Well guys, the objective was, how many different ways can we fish a worm and still catch some fish? And you know, we did. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video. I don't know, 4, 5, 6, I'm not really sure. I guess when I edit, I'll find out how many different ways work, but we did Texas, we did some willow blades, we did a little bit of everything, I guess, and caught some bass, and that's the objective. That's what worked. So it's hot. I'm going home, guys. Hey, thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to the channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.